The picture
Absolutely.
of how it happened. Rex, when you're here on Monday morning with us here doing Get Up, what will we be talking about if the Patriots have won this game?
I think we'll be talking about Bill Belichick's game plan, and specifically defensively. And I think what you're going to see is it's not just going to be the calls that he makes. He's going to be creative in his play calling. But watch what he'll do against Tom Brady offense. Tom Brady loves to do shifts in motions, and he does that to get pre-snap tells. I think Belichick will do that against him. In other words, if Belichick wants to play zone, don't be surprised if he walks that linebacker out and shows him in man coverage, okay, and then plays a zone behind it, a cover two with Tampa, whatever. And the same thing, he can do all these type of things. If they don't go with him, then that shows the offense it's zoned. Well, he could play man from there as well, okay? So to me, I think Belichick will try to do some things, not just with his calls defensively, but his pre-snap as well. He'll have a game plan for pre-snap, which Brady doesn't see too often, maybe once every season back in the day, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, or twice in your case, because you would generally face them twice a year. RC, same question to you. Again, far stranger things have happened than New England winning this game. How will they do it?
It'll be defense, right? It'll be putting pressure on Tom Brady, getting pressure in the face of Tom Brady and moving him off of his spot. If they don't create turnovers, they don't have a chance to win this game. You can't expect Mac Jones to drive the long field against a Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense that we know can stop the run, and the New England Patriots haven't been running it as well as we expected them to coming into the season. So it'll be defense, it'll be turnovers, and it'll have to be that at some point we say, Mac Jones didn't do a lot, but when he was asked to make a play, he was able to. He'll need one or two plays if this defense plays out of its mind to make at the end of the football game to show that, you know what, maybe down the line, I can be the guy that we win because of, not just win because, or not just win with.
I got you.
What's your sense of this, Kraz?
And he just moved Mac up in the credits there at the end, right?
That's right.
He's not an extra anymore.
I said, if he does that, for sure.
Look,
I just don't expect to have it.
I think it would have to be defense, right? Like make the game ugly, like the Rams Super Bowl a couple years ago, right? They had a Rams team that went in there 30 points a game on offense. They held them to 3, and no one forecast that, but Belichick figured it out. Look, he has spent some time on Tom Brady's weaknesses. This is part of the friction, right? Like he would put it up in the film room in front of the whole team and show them what Tom Brady did wrong. So it's entirely possible that over 20 years, Belichick occasionally thought to himself, if I ever played against Tom, this is what I would do to try and stop him. Now, you know, that wasn't necessarily Tom Brady surrounded by Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown, et cetera, so it might be tougher than that. But, yeah, it would be a Bill Belichick defensive triumph if the Patriots pull this off.
And we have Rob Ninkovich, of course, our beloved former Patriot, who played with Brady and for Belichick all those years, and he's at the stadium today. The same question for you, Ninko. If on Monday we're all in here talking about the Patriots having won this game, how will they have done it?
Great on 3 phases of the game. Like, you can't go out there, have block punts. You can't make mistakes. You can't throw interceptions. Defensively, you have to stop the run. That's number one. So I think that it just has to be good complementary football in all 3 phases. If they can do that, that's the only way they can win this game. You can't give up block punts. Those things are losing football. And when you lose games against great teams especially, you can't give them points, you can't spot them points, you can't give them field position. So it's going to be, if the Patriots win this football game, they played a great game start to finish in all 3 phases.
All of us who watch the sport know these are the games historically. The Patriots always win because of things like that. They block a punt, someone muffs a punt, someone drops the ball in. But crazy things always tend to happen and the Patriots win. But Brady was always on those teams. Let's see where the karma falls this. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.